Welcome to this week's episode of Seeds of Gold. Let's dive right into it. Hass avocados. They may take a couple of years to mature, but once they do, a single tree can produce up to 200 fruits. Of course, with good agronomic practices. Coming up on the program,
Hass Avocado is an investment bank for anyone who wants to get money at every year for the rest of the 50 years.
the trees have a lifespan of over 40 years, and the bigger they get, the bigger the yield.
And it will give you an incremental weight every year.
Today, we meet Robert, a Hass avocado farmer. Robert, thank you for joining us on the show. So Robert,
Yes.
why Hass avocado farming?
Hass avocado farming, why? Because it's a desired crop at the international market, but also locally it's a desired crop for its nutrients. Hass avocado is well known for its range of nutrients, vitamin C, D, E, then also the micronutrients of zinc, manganese, and the demand for healthy living is high in this world. Uganda has a demand of 480,000 metric tons of oil, and of that we just produce 80,000. First and foremost, Hass avocado is a cultivar that was invented by Rudolf Hass. Rudolf Hass was a postman in USA. So he tried to graft different varieties of avocados that came from Mexico. And he hit a jackpot when he made a graft that created the Hass variety we have. To grow a very good Hass avocado, it starts from the seedling. We don't plant the seed, but we plant the seedling because the cultivar, the top, Zion, is what we pick from the original Rudolf Hass's tree. And we just join that using the local variety seed. And the local variety seeds, we get them from our usual avocados. The reason is because our usual avocados have that resilience. And when we plant the seed, in 3 months, we are able to graft it with the Hass avocado. So the good agronomic practices, first and foremost, the seed. To have a good seed is the starting ground of this. Then the other agronomic practices is to ensure that you're digging, because we have different spacing. We have the 5x5 spacing that can give you 160 trees in 1 acre. But we can also do a 7x7 spacing that gives you around 100 trees. And I will tell you the difference is that with the 5x5 like this, it will grow in the 7th year, we shall have a bush, a canopy. So we need to cut a line so as we allow the tree to have more space. You don't need to expose Hass avocado to harsh conditions. More so, lack of water. Because the soils that go well for Hass are loamy sandy soils that allow drainage and aeration of the roots. But where there is no water, it becomes now hard for this Hass avocado to grow well. So we do a pruning, and also we do the thinning of the nips, because the auxiliary shoot, when we cut it, it allows also the branching of the tree. From 8 months after seed to 1 year, you have a seedling. And remember, you've grafted from already an active area of a tree that is ready to fruit, that is ready to grow. So in 2.5 years, you will see the fruits. But the challenge is, how firm is your tree? How established is it to hold the very many fruits? And on this demonstration farm still, we show people that there is a tree that is weak enough to hold all the trees. So we defruit and make sure that there is nothing like loss. But from 2.5 years, at most 3 years, you have the fruit. The fruits I'm holding are not yet 3 years, and already it's fruiting. So what makes this Hass avocado give you the fruit is because it needs just the water. If it flowers, boron, and ensure that every fruit is a component of water. So the more water you can give it in a measurable way, the larger fruit you can have. In 3 years, you will have your commercially viable fruit for Hass avocado.
Now, these trees have a lifespan of over 40 years, and a farmer can yield up to 28 million Uganda shillings on 1 acre of 160 trees. Now, that is gold in the seed.
It will give you an incremental weight every year. It will add 15 to 20 kilos. By the 7th year, we shall average at around 100 kilos in a tree. And if we remain with our 2,000 shillings, that is 200,000 per tree, and you have 100 of them, that's 20 million. You have 150, that's 30 million in 1 acre of land. So the gold is there. Another richer gold is into also the wastes. When we go to the oil mills, these seeds are not thrown. They are cut into food for black soldier flies. And people are now making a lot of money out of that. But also, we can process the seed into avocado teas because the seed is very nutritious and has a greater health benefit for people with pressures, people with blood issues. So the gold is there. What we call for is just the processing systems and add more value onto this. But for Uganda, Uganda has ability to be on the top of the 10 exporters. And we can be there in the next 5 years. And when we are there, I know the Minister of Finance will be very happy with with a lot of foreign exchange that we shall be bringing, we as farmers. So Hass avocado is there to make sure that people have a good earning, and which is sustainable for 50 years. Than other crops of 1 month, 3 months, 1 year. So Hass avocado is an investment bank for anyone who wants to get money at every year for the rest of the 50 years. Largely, Uganda has a big, the big vast of land is arable. And avocado, I usually tell people, look at your vicinity and see, do you see any avocado tree in your community? Do you see coffee? Where coffee can be, avocado can. So that is the test I give people. 2, it doesn't need a lot of rocky places because the roots will find a challenge to penetrate. But also, when there is a rocky incidence, you have to do a bigger hole to ensure that this tree can establish. But largely everywhere in Uganda, apart from swamps and areas that have a lot of clay and sandy, but largely in Uganda, even in the mountainous areas, avocado does well. As Nayakado, we believe that if we can have just each household have 20 trees, not even acres, 20 trees. A tree by the 7th year can give a farmer around 80 to 100 kilograms. And at that rate, at a rate of 2,000 shillings, a tree would be able to raise something like 160,000 to 200,000 per tree. So if a family has 20 of those, that household can be secured in a long run. So for those who have an acre, 2 acres, you don't need to have the 5 acres. Because in fact, managing 5 acres will be catastrophe for you. Start small. Because Hass avocado is not, it's not like planting eucalyptus or pine. You don't leave the trees to feed for themselves. They need the care. For us, every time you come and say hello to the trees, it will tell you that, man, I need water, I need this, because they are creating wealth for you. So for those who feel that they have a small holding of land, 1 acre, you just need 160 trees or 100 trees according to the spacing. And you would need to invest around 3 million shillings for the first year. Then you manage slashing. You don't need to do a lot of weeding because we just leave the soil intact. in the conservative way. So you do a management of around 500 to 600,000 just to manage. In the third year, you've spent close to, say, 5 million shillings. And in that year, you will sell approximately 40 kilos per tree. And it will raise the money you've invested. If you manage well in your first harvest, your return of investment will be close. So for those who feel that Hass avocado is for the bourgeoisie, yes, you just plant your 1 acre, you'll also be part of the bourgeoisie, because it is something that will grow as you sit in your office. It will grow as you do your other businesses.
We are going for a short commercial break, and when we return, get to know the markets of Hass avocado. So we would all like to find the gold in the seed.
Yes.
Let's talk about the markets.
I love that. The gold in the seed cuts across the flesh to the oil. Hass avocado, as earlier said, that when you compare with the local varieties, Hass avocado has up to 23% oil content, and the local varieties range from 3 to 6%. As earlier said, that Uganda, we do have a deficit of 400,000 tons of oil, edible oil, and we only manufacture 80,000. Hass avocado can be used to give us oil. And why oil from avocado? Avocado oil is ranked second to the olive oil because of its greater nutrition content, but also it has one of the highest, what we call calorific value. It doesn't smoke easily. You have to burn it at very high temperatures for it to smoke. So for people with in love with salads, in love with healthy eating, it's the avocado oil. But our sisters know that vitamin E is good for their skins, it's good for their beauty. And the beauticians are going for avocado oil. I have a colleague who's changed now using avocado oil for the hair, and it's very amazing. So the beauty industry is competing with the with the food industry for the avocado oil. And currently a liter can grow, it can go for 30,000 plus, and that's the gold. Then let's go to the flesh, as in when you look at the demand, the global demand for Hass avocado is high. And it's projected to go the market to go as high as $430 billion. And all this is that Uganda, we have an opportunity to get part of this dance of Hass avocado. Our brothers in Kenya, our neighbors in Kenya, are number 6 in exporting this fruit to the world. And they are tapping billions of shillings or billions of dollars in this regard. And the demand of Hass avocado by Europe, by Asia, China itself, Kenya got a permission to export to China, but it could only supply 30% of what they needed. And most of them are running to Uganda because Uganda has the best arable land, and we have biannual. So we are at an advantage. So the money is in the fruit, fresh fruit export, but also Hass avocado oil. We have different plants that are doing oil now, extraction. And there is no avocado that will be put to waste. If it can't go for export, we shall need it for oil. And in an acre of land, assuming you have 160 trees, and we've just counted our trees here. One tree was giving us 160 fruits. And 4 fruits can make a kilo. So that is around 40 kilograms, even before it is 3 years. So when you look at 40 kilograms at 2,000 shillings, that is 80,000 per tree. And if you have 100 trees, that's 8 million. If you have 150 trees, that is 12 million in 1 acre at 3 years. But also avocado can contribute to the coffers of this country. But to reach there, there is a lot of investment logistical investments. Because Uganda, we are landlocked, we don't have the sea. To ship one 20 feet container, you need to do it fast and have all the cold rooms and all the logistical support.
It's the expert opinion on Hass avocado farming.
You as a farmer, you can learn, because we have now farmers that we've inspired to grow a Hass avocado. There is one lady who we know closely now has 30 acres and she has started harvesting for export. We've managed her farm to see up to that stage, and it's all good because she tells you that at least they came here and took my fruits at 2,400, 2,200 shillings per kilo. So the proper agronomy or extension service is what we recommend. And there are no shortcuts in Hass avocado farming. In case you don't plant Hass avocado, you'll have a weed, which we call the different variety. You'll wait for 3 years, you won't see anything. 2, in case you don't do the good agronomic practices, the pest management system, you'll have a lot of losses. And you'll find that your fruits are infested with the fruit flies or the very many ranges of challenges. China, for example, its standards, it brings what we call the false coding moth, FCM. And the months we have, but when you don't manage your flow well, when you don't manage your farm well, it has a lot of bushes. These months will stay around and they will give you company on your fruit and it will be rejected at the international standard. So these agronomists will come in play and help. The greatest challenge of avocado farming is what we call the root rot. And the root rot stems from the seedling to even the management of the farm. When you see the root hairs of avocados feed closely, and they would need to have air to stay alive. But when you have a lot of water in the soil, you'll create an environment for the pathogens, and they will choke onto the roots and they will stifle the roots, they will die. Now, to see that the tree is having root rot, you'll see it trying to dry on the back, but also on the top. But this is after you've invested a lot of money. So how do you mitigate root rot? We have different remedies. One, we can do drenching with some chemicals to ensure that the environment there is good. But the greatest way is to ensure that the micro environment of your soil, the texture, the chemistry of your soil is right. Because root rot is because the roots are not breathing because of a lot of water percolation. That's why we say you don't give avocados a lot of water because you will kill. The roots will say, I'm choking, I'm drowning. Then secondly, we have what we call the false coding moth. It's a butterfly. When you talk of a moth, it's like a butterfly. But also we can use the traps. Yeah, we have the traps, and those traps can help. But also the fruit flies. Fruit flies, they enjoy getting into the fruit, and they leave a star. It's a diamond star on the fruit, and that one reduces your grade of fruit from 80 or 90% to 0, because no one wants to eat a fruit that is infested. But largely, we also have different kind of diseases that are known with the trees, and these are fungal infections, and also we have the bacterial wilt that is at the soils. So largely, how do we mitigate this? First and foremost is the best management. If you manage your orchard well, because the chemicals is the last resort. In fact, we don't even talk about that for us so much, because what you manage here is what gives you the great thing. So if you can have a very good management system of your farm, and you repel these. For example, for those who have rabbit urine, it can repel.
Yeah.
It's a good organic fertilizer, and it can do a repellent duty for these different insects. But largely, avocados in Uganda are enjoying they are still here because we've not been practicing the commercial farming of them. So we have not faced a lot of challenges. But with the management system, I think we can have the best.
This afternoon, we have the gumboots off, we are suited up, and we are in glamour as Bukola celebrates 50 years of service excellence. So today we are meeting a few farmers been impacted by the great chemical industries. And with us today, we have one of our farmers. Sarah, please introduce yourself.
Thank you so much. I'm by the name's Osborne Omara from Kwania, Lango District, Lango Region.
Ah, okay.
Yes.
So Osborne, what do you farm in?
We majorly deal in vegetable.
Okay.
You know, vegetable is so nutritious and it's healthy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so Bukola is celebrating 50 years of service excellence. What impact have they had on you as a farmer?
According to what I saw with them when I use their product, that is invested in. This is one of the organic product. I realized a lot of impact from it because it worked so well for me. My products were so good, and the market was huge. Yes.
That's impressive. So you would highly recommend?
I would highly recommend people to use an invested product from Bukola Chemical Industry.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Actually, we are celebrating these 50 years. I've been in farming for the last 15 to 20 years. I do a lot of maize. I'm a farmer from Masindi. I'm a maize guru. Actually, maize is called a lazy man's crop. Why is it a lazy man's crop? It's because Bukola has made it so easy that even a lazy man can produce maize now. You just have to plow. After plowing, you plant. After planting, you weed using a very good chemical from Bukola called metrazine. The moment you weed, you'll go back to harvest. How easy it has become, and that's why you have to celebrate with Bukola.
So apart from metrazine, are there other products?
There are several other products ranging from fungicides, pesticides, insecticides, and many others, herbicides. Therefore, life has been made easy for the farmer using Bukola product. The moment you use their chemicals properly, you get the right results.
Ndi mulimi okuva mu district y'e Mityana, nima ebirime ebyenjawulo naye okusingira ddala ndi mulimi wa kasooli nkozesa eddagala lya Bukola. Bukola Company y'emu ku kampani esinga okuba ey'amaanyi wano mu Uganda, ng'ate y'emu ku kampani esinga okuleeta ebintu wano e Uganda nga biri ku oligino. Bukola Company ffe ng'abalimi ba kasooli etuyambye nnyo. Olwaki nti etuleetera eddagala lya Weedmaster lituyamba okutta omuddo obulungi n'osimba ensigo yo n'evaayo nga nnungi.
We normally bring services nearer to them, like good quality chemicals. At the same time, we normally advise them, give them agricultural advisory services to them so that they know how to use these chemicals better and how to improve their production and productivity. Farmers normally benefit by getting product knowledge from us so that they know which chemical to use at which time and on which crop. So normally, basically, it is educating them about the products and advising them how to do farming better as a business. Now, Bukola Chemicals is really a good company because it has made me develop, it has made farmers transformed to all levels. So we really appreciate you, Bukola.
That's our show for today. Thank you for watching. Join us again next week for another interesting episode. Keep the comments coming. #NTV Seeds of Gold.